Games Anonymous, the podcast where everyone is welcome at the table, but of course, no one knows whose turn it is. This is Chris.
Hey, this is Anthony.
And this is episode 524, the 25 most acquired games of March 2025. We'd like to thank all our Patreon backers for helping us unlock a brand new episode. Welcome back, friends. We're so glad that you joined us here this week. This week, like every week, we are talking about tabletop games. Surprisingly enough, Anthony.
What?
Against
On this show?
Against the grain, against the curve, against the advice of our legal staff. We're doing tabletop gaming, man.
All right, let's do it.
There we go.
The thing we do.
We're going to do this one off. Just this one off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not messing around.
No, not this time, bro.
No.
This is about the cardboard. You know?
Yeah. We're going to talk about all that other weird nonsense.
No. We could cover that another time. But right now, cardboard.
We love you some cardboard. Hopefully it continues to exist. So
you had to go there, man. You had to go there.
Listen, little behind the scenes here. That's what we talk about for like the hour before the show is. Like, let's keep it upbeat when we get on the show. But I'm like, man, everything's real bad right now.
Oh, no. The Cardboard Revolution will be podcast.
Right.
So, again, of course, we are glad to have you here. Thank you for joining us wherever you are, at the gym, in your car, doing work on the computer, or just enjoying this with friends and loved ones. It's always good to have you here because, again, we're all about having the biggest table possible and having everyone join us, because when you do, people learn a lot about the world, a lot about themselves, and you get to have a lot of fun at the table. And I think that's something very, very important to remember, that now more than ever, we need tabletop gaming, especially if it teaches people basic economics. But that being said, let's talk about something other than that kind of fun stuff. Let's talk about the stuff that we want you to know about, because it's what all our listeners are talking about. Anthony, what are our listeners talking about this week?
All right. So we posted a question of the week. We asked everybody,
Ooh, old school.
What's on the shelf this week? So what game are you looking at? Anything new, exciting, classic, or otherwise you'd like to shout out for feature on the show? So not necessarily the new game that you got in, although that's what most people answered with. Because that's our audience. You know who you are.
Yeah, Cult of the New.
Yes.
Cult of the New.
Get while you can. Not much more coming.
One of us.
All right, so we got a few good answers here. Over on the Patreon, Drew says Rock Hard 1977.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, rockin' hard. You'll be hard-pressed to find another midweight Euro with more thematic presence. Previewed at PAX Unplugged and hit the table this week. There's even an accompanying Spotify playlist. I didn't know.
I was just going to ask, does it make a sound?
Apparently, you can go on Spotify and play whatever the developer thought would be a good fit for this game.
It's really funny and interesting. I always wanted to make a list of games that came with soundtracks, but
yeah,
I think off the top of my head, I can only think about less than 5.
Yeah, I only got like 3 in my head.
Yeah, so I don't know if we have enough, but I think that'd be a really interesting list.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, surprisingly, it used to be a bigger thing back in the day. When back in the day is back in the day, give or take 5-10 years. Now with the technology, you would think that it'd be a given.
Right.
And
it's so easy.
It's not, right?
It's, have an intern spend an afternoon throwing together a Spotify playlist and you're good.
And again, it's not costing them anything necessarily either to do that.
No, you don't have to license the music or anything, which feels like a loophole, but I'm all for it.
Well, Board Game Arena does that too. If you look at one of the spots on Board Game Arena when you're playing a game, you can actually play, not all the games have this, but like they put together a haphazard list of like random music to go with the game, which I don't think necessarily works with the games, but like
no.
Somehow they did a thing. They did a search. They put a list together. So you could do that.
That's
but
funny.
I wonder why. I guess it just doesn't work, or has it worked?
I don't know. Yeah.
All right, let's just do it right now real quick. Which ones are you thinking of any? Because I could throw at least 2 at you. One is a Tokaido.
Yeah.
Tokaido Special Edition had a special Zen soundtrack.
That is the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
Yes.
The other one that I'm thinking of, and I think I might be thinking of one other one too, was Conquest of Planet Earth
Oh
from
yeah.
Flying Frog. Actually had a CD, which I have, and it has each of the tracks is a different, like, you pick one of the alien races, and each of the alien races has a song.
Right. I feel, doesn't that company do that with most of their games?
I don't. I Other than the actual, I think one of the other games I've played of theirs. I haven't gone into any of their other dungeon crawl stuff. I haven't played
Mm.
any of that. Like Conquest of Planet Earth is my game, and then I think the other ones are the ones where like the actors are on the cover. So like Last Night of this, that, and the other, or I have the one with the circus.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure about those, but I know that was a big one too.
Yeah.
But I know that that was a thing that was supposed to be more of a thing. And I know sometimes with the crowdfunding, sometimes they throw soundtracks in. But to be honest, I probably have several of those, but I've never listened to them.
Right.
So I have to go look through my crowdfunding because I know every once in a while they're like, "Oh, this comes with a soundtrack," and I'm like, "Great." I will never remember this 5 minutes later.
I have like 40 sountracks in my Steam account. Just like when you order a game,
Oh,
sometimes they're like,
nice.
"Here's the soundtrack," and I don't think I've listened to any of them ever once.
You know what one that actually is good is Wingspan.
Mm.
Wingspan has some very nice music, and also you can get the bird sounds when
Okay.
you click on the birds. So that's
That's
another
cool.
one that's great.
Yeah,
So
that's
you can
great.
play Wingspan and have their different music on the background too.
That's fun.
So, but there needs to be more of this, man.
Yeah, yeah. Good stuff, Drew. Rock
Let's
hard.
license some music, Drew.
Yeah. Make it happen. All right. So Ryan throws a few games out that just came in for them. Wondrous Creatures, The Anarchy, and Scarabray. So 3 pretty brand new games.
Very nice, very nice.
Hoping to get to them to the table solo soon. Also
Oh, there you go.
yeah, good stuff. Scott says my copy of Galactic Cruise arrived. Hopefully, going to check it out tomorrow. This was 2 days ago. Scott, let us know how it was.
4 players, Scott. 4 players. I'm just telling you now. You want to play with 4 players. I literally today had, when I played it recently, someone just sent me a text message and was very upset that they weren't bumped enough in that game. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, man. And he's like, but they should have been bumping more. And I'm like, it's a cost benefit analysis.
Yeah,
that's why you need 4 players.
Yeah, because then you have to bump because there's the space.
You have to bump. You need people to bump you.
Yeah. I got to play that. Got to track someone down who has it because I'm not going to get it. So,
Same.
all right, over on the Discord, Lamp says Star Trek Captain's Chair.
Woohoo!
I'm quite the Imperium fan, and this reimplementation as a 1 to 2 player game with Star Trek theme is pretty great.
Yay!
I
want to play
agree.
that.
It's very good. It's funny. I don't like it more than Imperium because Imperium has so much breadth to it.
Sure.
But I think I enjoy the sessions I've had with it more than Imperium because they are so thematic and they are so targeted. I do wish there were more factions in the box, but other than that, it's so good.
Yeah, I mean, Star Trek has so many different,
expansions.
Endless numbers. Plus, I mean, everyone's complaining there's no Kirk.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is kind of weird, but
you do Michael Burnham before you do Kirk. What are you doing?
Well, they don't do Janeway either. Where's Janeway?
Yeah,
I mean, so
yeah.
There's a lot of ways they could go with that.
Yeah, there'll be more. All right, we have over on the Facebook as well. David says has one of those games I need to play is Defenders of the Realm, which I sadly can no longer play as I lost all the hero miniatures and player boards for the game. I had a couple of the hero expansions as well, so that's on my shelf, and unfortunately, it'll stay there until I can resolve this.
Oh no!
Oh man, Dave, sorry.
Find us. We'll play with you.
Yeah.
I have a copy.
Yeah. So there you go, folks. All the games people are thinking about getting to the table coming through. I have one today that I got played recently. It's relatively new that I'll be talking about in a little bit. A couple more that hopefully will come down the pike here in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, lots of good stuff.
Yeah, I think I might be playing the new version of Shipyard tomorrow.
Ooh.
So I really like that game. That game's been in my top 20. I'm not sure I remember where it actually fell to, but it was at least in my top 20. So and maybe get, see what else is out there.
Yeah. I have feelers out with a potential group to get the Elder Scrolls game played in the next week or two. So I wasn't the biggest Too Many Bones fan in the world, but I do like me some Elder Scrolls, and
Oh,
it's a
sure.
big sprawling thing. So hopefully,
Bulletproof components, man.
well, seriously,
Yeah.
plastic cards and
I
metal
don't know.
chips.
Jeez. There's so many good games that are like, I love when you read a game and they're like, we made this game so environmentally friendly and recyclable, and it saved trees, and it
Yeah,
saved a whole continent of penguins and stuff. And then there's like chip theory games. They're like, now burn it to the ground.
yeah, yeah. This game is going to be here in 7,000 years when we're all gone.
That's right. This is the one. It's the one thing they'll dig up from our civilization. They'll be like, why? And we're like,
Yeah. What's an Elder Scroll? What's this chip? What's a goblin? I don't know.
It outlasts us all. So it's good going there. All right. Well, that's everything our listeners have talked about. Anthony, let's do it, my friend. Let's get on to our roll for preview. So our roll for preview this week is one of these games that we're spotlighting. And again, it's been a little bit of a challenging time as far as games coming out. But one game popped up, and obviously everyone's really excited about it. This is a new version, or I should say, a re-implementation of one of our favorite game systems, Command and Colors. Right, Anthony? We're a big fan of Command and Colors.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Richard Borg Classic,
Mhm.
Battle Lore Second Edition in both of our top 100s for a long time.
Yeah.
Memoir 44, I know it's in
Yes.
yours, was in yours for a long time.
Yes. Rivet Wars also uses that system as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So a lot of great games based on that. And again, it's such a good system that war gamers, and I mean this with all the respect in the world, war gamers respect it.
Yeah.
And I take that as like gospel, because war gamers know their war games, and if they respect a board game that's doing war games, you know that that the game is doing something right. Well, guess what, my friend? There's a little IP, intellectual property, a little genre, a little thing you might know of called the Star Wars. And they're doing a game,
Star Wars.
Probably the best battle, at least certainly the best land battle in the original trilogy, Battle of Hoth.
Perfect fit for this.
Yes. Most iconic land battle, I think, in all of the movies. I gotta believe, right?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, there was a bit of an argument in the thread the other day about like, is this the one you would pick? And I'm like, it's 100% the one you would pick.
100%.
If you have two clear sides, one is attacking, one is defending, they're about even. Like,
yes,
it's perfect.
And that's what the Command and Color system is typically about. There's the attacker and the defender, and capturing certain strategic points is how you win that game.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe the troops, the ships, and the land vehicles here, again, most iconic in Star Wars. I mean, there's nothing better than an Imperial Walker AT-AT. And even the stormtroopers look fantastic in their snow gear and the snow speeders. I mean, again, it's so cool. And again, it's so nice to be able to have quality miniatures in a tabletop game. And if you're not familiar with the Command and Color system, it really kind of boils down to getting a handful of cards and utilizing these cards to move different troop arrangements on your board. And again, that sounds very complicated, but the board itself is split into three parts. And typically the cards are going to represent certain areas on the board in which you can move in that particular section. So it's very approachable, very easy to learn. And the cards are basically all the possible actions that you can do. And it's just really fun. And it fits this so very well because it just matches, as you said, Anthony, with that attack defense kind of situation. So it's the most iconic system, using one of the best game mechanic systems in all of tabletop gaming. And there is even an opportunity for what they call a deeper game experience, where players have the options to add leader cards to their battle for support from 6 of the iconic Star Wars characters. Or, Anthony, get ready for this, they can try two, my friend, multi-scenario campaigns in which their successes and failures shape the next battles.
Okay, then.
I love that part. I love when you play a game and it affects the next game. It just doesn't reset.
Yeah, and it's not a campaign, though. It's just like a cool thing you can do.
Yeah, I that's so cool and meaningful as far as like games are concerned, because just like, oh, you did a thing, now it washes out and you start all over. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's fine. But this is really great. Really excited about this, and this probably be something I think you and I both will be picking up, right?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, if it's accessible, I will definitely want to track this down because, and the thing is too, it's not just Star Wars Commands and Colors, which is perfect. I think it's a perfect fit.
Yeah.
It's that they seem to have shrunk things down a little bit. Like it's a
Hmm.
smaller board, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely a smaller board than Memoir 44.
Oh yeah.
And one of the problems with Memoir 44, because I had it for a while, is that it just took forever to set up. You had to take everything out, you had to stack it all
Sure.
out, you had to organize it, you had to get the board set up, and then the game would take 45 minutes. Like
It's a
if
lot of miniatures on the board.
yeah, but for such a short game, it was a little like, okay, this is tough. And I have the same
Mhm.
problem with Battle Lore. So if you take this and it's like, okay, you don't have that many pieces because the Battle of Hoth is pretty self-contained. The board
Mhm.
is pretty small, but you still have the card-driven play. I really love that. I think it'll be great for playing with my kids.
Yeah,
Playing like it can carry it with you. It's not this huge big thing. I love it.
100%. I think this is made for that.
Yeah.
This is very much like when they had Queen's Gambit, which is one of the best kind of Star Wars games of all time, but now it's super out of print. And then they re-released it as Star Wars something or another. I don't remember the title on that, but it was a
Just Risk. It was Star Wars
okay
Risk.
Star
Like the
Wars
more
Risk.
modern Star Wars Risk. Yeah.
But again, it had a lot of that same elements, but shrunk down.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I have that. I played that 100 times with my son. He loved it.
It's great. It's a great game. So, yeah, really look forward to this. Hopefully, it's great. But again, I don't see how it wouldn't be great. I think it's going to be one of those games where it's just going to be like, can we get more expansions to this?
That's what it's going to be, right? If we get
Yeah.
that Memoir 44 level of support with like 30 different ways to play it, that'll be amazing. Because it's the same battle,
Yeah.
relatively small scope.
Mhm.
It's fun, but like if you play it 15, 20 times, you're like, okay, I get it. So,
And Lucas, when he created Star Wars, he based a lot of, I mean, I think the vast majority of his battles based on World War II
yeah,
techniques and ships, and I mean, almost to a fault,
yeah,
right? So, like when the ships are fighting, they're like fighting as if they were fighting in an atmosphere.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's just it
The,
it makes a lot of sense. So we might get other things like TIE fighters or air vehicles in the future.
mm-hmm.
So very cool. Like it, love it. Gonna play it. Need to play it. Want to play it? Want to play it? We should play it.
Gonna play it. Gonna love
Play
it.
it.
Gonna play it.
So, yep. All right. Well, that's our roll for preview. Anthony, let's roll for review. What do you have up for us this week?
All right. So I hinted at this before. Relatively recent game that came out early this year, end of last year. Beyond the Horizon.
Ooh,
Yeah. So
sounds familiar.
yeah. So talking about reimplementations, this is the classic Civ version of Beyond the Sun. And so Beyond the Sun's been around for a while. That is the tech tree and space game, where you have like a very small map component, but mostly you're just exploring this different tech tree and trying to get your stuff out on the board. So this takes that idea and it kind of revamps a few things, adds a bunch of different mechanics, builds out kind of the map element of the game, so that it's more of a classic civilization game where you're moving through these different eras and you're encountering these different leaders and developing these different technologies. And so at first glance, I'm like, that seems like a great idea, because the thing that Beyond the Sun struggled with, I think, was a little bit abstract. It got a little samey over time because it didn't have like that thread that carried it through, because it was sci-fi, right? Which is fun, but it just kind of carries through. It's kind of this steady flow. So Beyond the Horizon, it takes all that, boils it down, gives you a fairly short, but not short enough, in my opinion, Civ game that has you kind of going through those same motions. So here's what you're doing on your turn, right? You have your own Civ board that's in front of you, it has a whole bunch of pieces on it, and the goal is to get those pieces out onto the map. The map is a big sprawling thing. There are 4 starting technologies, level 1, that match the 4 different kind of categories. So you have like agriculture and war and the arts and science. And as you research these technologies, you get a bonus of some kind, and you unlock additional places to place your workers. So it's a worker placement game. And then as you go to the next level, you can access higher level technologies all the way up to level 4. You get more powerful things. And when you discover a technology for the first time, you get the leader card that's on the board. So these are all face down leader cards. They have some kind of bonus on them. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them are kind of pointless. I was a little underwhelmed, honestly, with the leader cards. I feel like Beyond the Sun had a similar issue, but those were still at least a little more interesting. Some of the stuff you'd find, like those bonus cards when you explored a new technology. So that was a little disappointing. The level 4 technologies are face up at the beginning of the game, so you know what they're going to be and what you're building towards. And you do start the game with a little bit of asymmetry. So Beyond the Sun, the asymmetry was kind of optional, based on the side of the player board that you used. In this game, it's not, because you have a government card. There are 4 government cards that are each 2-sided, and they're all different. I didn't like this part because there aren't that many to choose from. They're not really thematic. You're just going through these different phases of government.
Mm-hmm.
So you start with despotism, and you go to theocracy, and then all the way up to democracy. And then you get some kind of bonus something when you get to those. If you get to those, because you don't always get to them. It kind of depends on where you're moving on your tracks. So like Beyond the Sun, you have like a bunch of little cubes on the board, and you have these different columns with your pawns, and as you remove those columns and pawns, you have access to more things that you can put out on the map. You have more workers that you can place out. You also unlock different things in these different tracks. So you have like the plant track and the money track and the technology track. And those give you bonuses as well. And that's all fine and good because bonuses are fun. It is a little abstract. I don't feel like it feels that much more thematic than what Beyond the Sun was doing. And the other big addition here is you have kind of the map that builds out over time. So as you take certain actions, you're going to explore the map, and you have the ability to found villages and then fortify cities on the map. You're moving your pawns around the map and placing them down and kind of building up their power. So ideally, you are doing that in a way that's going to fulfill different objectives that lets you kind of unlock stuff on your personal board. It honestly, that part felt like the map part of Beyond the Sun was my least favorite part, but it's really kind of off to the side. This part is like, it feels a little more substantial. It takes up a bunch more space on the table, and I didn't enjoy it very much. So, like when you explore a tile, you get a bonus, and then when you place a village, you get a bonus. They each have a different strength that you have to hit, and you're trying to get the strength levels up with these tiny little fiddly tokens that you're placing on top of them. There's 2 different types of strength too. There's like I forgot if it's cultural or whatever it is, and then there's military strength. It's all fine, but ultimately at the end of the day, it left me feeling like it wasn't doing as much or is not as interesting. I saw somebody posted somewhere that like this feels like the 1.0 and Beyond the Sun feels like the 2.0, and I kind of agree with that. So the core formula is here, right? You have the tech tree. It's now the same. And that's fine, but it is narrowed a little bit. So you have like just kind of the way things are organized and touch each other. It's like, not quite as interesting. The level 4 technologies are visible from the start. Not as interesting. So you don't get that sense of discovery at the end. And now they're trying to help you like build towards things, but meh. The territory stuff, not very interesting. So like you have the 2 different types of units that are out there, but you can almost, especially like a big table and you're all spread out, you can't see what people's units are. They're too small. Like you have these little tiny tokens that are on top of the pawn. You just can't see it. So you're like, is that military or is that the settler? Like, it's a settler. Like, okay. 5 minutes later, is that military or is that a settler? Right?
Yeah.
So that's not pleasant either. And it just makes it fiddly. They took a bunch of stuff that was really organized and clean in the original game, and yeah, it needed more stuff. Like that game did kind of feel, after you played it a bunch, you're like, it needs more to it.
100%. Yeah.
But this one adds the wrong things, I think. I don't know what the right things are. I'm not a board game designer, but it just doesn't come together right. And I understand, like, oh, we're doing classic Civ. You need to explore a little bit. You need to have military elements.
Yes.
But now you have this big sprawling thing. It takes up a ton of space. You can't see everything. The tech tree stuff becomes a little less interesting. And by the end of the game, we were kind of cycling actions. We're just kind of like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, because I need to complete these 2 different tech things so I can get to level 4, so I can complete one of these end game objectives, and we can end the game. So I know that makes it sound like I didn't like it, but mostly I'm just focusing on the stuff I feel like it doesn't do as well as Beyond the Sun. Um, I thought it was fine. I still have it. It's a play for me, like a soft play. It goes in my Civ game collection, so that's fine. But I would still much rather play Beyond the Sun. I just think it's
Ooh,
a more interesting game in a lot of different ways, and it has that expansion, which certainly adds stuff to it that I think is good. But this one, it just I don't know, like the stuff that gets added just doesn't feel great. Um, and visually, it's not doing anything all that interesting either. Like artwork wise, it just looks like classic Euro. So yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I know I've seen some people bashing on it. I think it's a little rough. Um, because ultimately, what people are bashing is just that game isn't. It's not a step forward from Beyond the Sun. It's like a sidestep to a slightly different formula, and I
sure.
just don't think that formula is as good.
So what should they have done with Beyond the Sun that was they didn't do here? Like what was it missing?
I don't know. Like I was thinking about that earlier, like how to answer that question. It's
Be-
not.
because like obviously they must have gotten some feedback from Beyond the Sun, which is a good game. I played it a lot.
Yeah,
I thought I was going to love it more because the thing I do love most about Civ games is the tech trees.
yeah,
I love tech trees. I will like lose a game because I get lost in like branching technologies and stuff like that. I love it. Just love it. And you know, it is a little cold and you know, just bland on Beyond the Sun to the point of like as much as I love the conceptually what's happening here, there's just really nothing here. Like the game is like it's not thematic at all. Like this is a pasted on theme as more than I've ever seen a pasted on theme, and it doesn't feel meaningful. It's a race. And
yeah.
again, I like the game. It's not that I don't like the game. It's just
Right.
I was always hoping for this reinvention of the game, and I'm very sorry to hear this because that was one of the things I was really hoping for.
Yeah, it's tough because like I feel like the things they added are the right things to add.
Yeah,
Like you should have like more things to do in the map, right? It's a Civ game.
yeah, I agree.
But but like it's just the things you're doing that aren't that interesting. Like the bonuses, for example, the bonuses you get from exploring tiles and settling those tiles aren't that good, right? There's so many bonuses on everything because they added this map element. So many different bonuses and upgrades are just like add two to one of your settlers' power. And they're like, okay, that's fine, and you need to do it because you need to power up those settlers so that they can settle the village because there's a strength on the tile that you need to meet. But
Hmm.
it's just not interesting. It's a boring action to take, and you get that you go through all these actions, you get that bonus. You're like, ugh, okay, that's not fun. I want stuff. Give me stuff, and the game's not giving you stuff. It's just kind of cycling things through. Also, they need more tech cards. Like that was a problem I always had with Beyond the Sun. There just aren't that
Yes.
many cards in those decks. And I know that's a balance thing, but here I feel like the decks are the same size or smaller, and I'm just like, give me more tech cards. Like, some of these aren't that interesting, and when you're cycling through trying to find one of the matching colors, by the end you're like, there's only one left. I guess this is what I get. Yay.
Yeah. Should it have been a different theme? Is that just because maybe the mechanics, maybe that tech tree doesn't lend itself to. I mean, tech trees are integral in Civ games, but maybe not here. Maybe
It seemed like the perfect fit. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Again, thematically, it seems like this should work. And even like when
sure,
I was setting the game up and learning the rules and running through it, I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. This looks cool. And you do this and you do this. And it's just the act of playing it. It just like it bogs down quickly
yeah.
and all through the middle. And at the end is just like kind of anticlimactic. You're like, all right, the first person to get to that level 4, you count it out. You're like, it's going to be you. Okay. Well, we're almost there. Just got to finish the game. But
Okay,
it's fine. I don't even think you'd hate it necessarily. I don't hate it. I think it's fine. I think I'm
yeah.
mostly disappointed like they went to the trouble, made a whole new game. There's more stuff in the box. It's this big sprawling thing. It's kind of a,
It looks
chunky enough
nicer.
game.
It looks nicer. It looks more colorful and engaging.
Yeah, yeah, it's not, it's not space. So, I don't know, give me more leader cards, give me more technology
All right,
cards. Give me
expansion.
give me cooler stuff to do and give me better bonuses when I explore. Like the exploration action is not that interesting.
Sure.
Like 2 or 3 of the X's here aren't that good. So
Sure.
like improve the X's. If you're going to add the if you're going to make this into a 4X-ish themed game, make those X's more interesting to do.
Yeah.
Because in Beyond the Sun, they didn't have that, and it was fine. I didn't need them. It was just the tech tree.
Gotcha.
But here they're trying to add on that. It just doesn't work.
All right. Well, here's hoping for an expansion.
Yeah. Hopefully it's sold enough to get one. Like Beyond the Sun got one, so the content's there.
Yeah, and the Fantasy Flight Civilization game was a little bland without their expansions, which
exactly, yeah, that was a great expansion.
Upped the game significantly. So, all right, well, that's our roll for review. Now, on to our feature review. Our feature review this week, we are taking a look at the 25 most acquired. Seems weird, but people are still acquiring board games, my friends, of March 2025. These are the games that are purchased throughout, and people let us know because they post this on BGG, Anthony.
Yeah, this is up on Board Game Geek. You can find this, and this is actually, this individual posts a lot of these lists. Andrea Bertani at Malox Volteron. They have lists of like the top 25 most acquired and most played, and we have expansions and everything else. So this is one of those lists based on kind of the data that's posted on Board Game Geek, and it's fun. It's fun to kind of look at and see what people are getting, what they're playing, what they're rating.
Very nice. Yeah, you want to know what's happening out there and what's trending, my friend. So why don't you give us a run through this list?
All right. So starting at number 25, we have Scout. This was a Spiel des Jahres nominee 2 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
It's for an Oink game that was nominated a couple years ago. I'm surprised it's still this far up. Like a lot of people buying it.
I mean, it's a fairly inexpensive game. Looks very cool. And I guess it's got a lot of play over the years because of, other people kind of trying to, utilize their formula for their games. So,
right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think smaller games definitely is a theme on this list for sure.
Yeah.
Number 24, The White Castle. Another small one here from Devere.
Yeah, it's so small I can't ever see to play it because it's played and it's gone.
You gotta find it, man.
Gotta find it.
Just play it on Arena. It's fine.
All right. I'll do it then.
23, another small one, Seven Wonders Duel.
People are still buying this.
It's still good.
It's still very good. That's true.
I own both of these. I'll keep both of them.
Yeah, I have both of these too. Just Lord of the Rings is just better.
Yeah. But if you don't like the Lord of the Rings theme,
still a better game mechanically, I would argue.
That's true, and it's abstract enough. I don't know why you would care.
It's just pictures on cards.
Unless you really don't like Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. In which case, what's wrong with you? Just kidding.
Those people are not listening to this podcast, man. You've talked about Lord of the Rings a lot.
There will be somebody out there who's like, I hate it. I hate it.
That's true.
Guys, I was talking about War of the Ring. You guys suck.
Well, look, I mean, like Love Letter, this seems to be the some of the genesis of like, hey, Seven Wonders Duel as a game mechanic can be now re-implemented indefinitely.
Right.
So maybe now we'll see a Star Wars version of this or any other IPs in the future.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Could totally see that. Number 22, Heat, Pedal to the Metal.
This is always fascinating that this was always so popular, always so quickly. You do get a lot in the box. I will say that. Days of Wonder packs this box with a lot of great content. I've played this a lot, but I don't like, I don't know. Like, it's fine. I guess there's just like a lot of race car fanatics out there. And this is a good, accessible game. And with the expansions, like I said, what you get for your price is quite good.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, the system is so simple, right? You have a hand of cards, you play a card, you do the thing. Like, it's so easy.
Yeah.
So, add all the content around that. Days of Wonder production quality makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Number 21 is Wormspan.
Still flying high, man. Surprising enough.
Yeah, well, you were telling me about it, right? Like, Stegmeyer posted their list of their sales, and Wormspan was way up there. They sold a lot of copies of this game.
Yeah, the name did not hurt the game.
No.
Despite all the concerns there.
I guess enough people know what a worm is, with a Y.
With a Y, yeah.
Yeah. but it's a good game. I like it better than Wingspan.
Same.
Um,
I would say so.
yeah. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people own both of those.
Yeah, I mean, I think the audience for Wingspan, since they've bought up every expansion out there, pretty much, they're apt to pick this one up as well.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
All right. Next up on the list, we have the Castles of Burgundy at number 20.
Ooh, the classic.
Yeah, and this apparently includes all the versions of it. So it's
Good.
however many people are also purchasing the special edition or the anniversary edition.
Special edition is cool looking. Those acrylic tiles are nice.
They're very
Although
good.
every time I play this game, depending on the version, that the artwork has changed,
Yeah,
and I'm expected to like, hey, this building is a church or an estate. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at here.
this is a game I've played like 50 times at least, and I don't think I've ever had a game where I haven't had to look up one of the buildings.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, someday I'll play one version enough that I remember what they are.
Yeah.
All right, number 19. Getting into some evergreens here. We got Everdell.
Yes, with all of its different versions out there.
Yeah, so that's fun. And they leave a little note here that Everdell is now the 18th most owned game, period.
Wow. It's a great game. I will say, though, on some level, I'm happy about this. I am surprised that this has been so big for so long, because maybe it has that root kind of vibe to it, because Everdell is not a kid's game.
No.
Like, you look at it, and you're like, oh, storybook game. This is something for the kids. Like, no, it's quite crunchy. It's got some crunch to it.
Yeah, no kidding. There's a lot here, and yeah, a lot of people own it.
And it has very tiny writing on the cards.
So small. All right, a few small ones here. Number 18, Sea Salt and Paper. Favorite of yours, I know.
I'm a big fan. Big fan of the game. Definitely pick up the expansion. It's tremendously inexpensive. It's like 15 more cards, and it really adds a lot to the game. So,
yeah,
definitely recommend that. I think it's going to be. It's such a good game. I think it could be one of those modern day classic kind of small box card games.
Great. 17 is Forest Shuffle.
It's good. It's just too much and too long, just for me personally. Like, I have really enjoyed conceptually this game. I just wish it would wrap up sooner, to be honest with you. It's a game where there's just too many combinations. It's just, so maybe if they reinvent this in a little bit more manageable version.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's good. Very good.
16 is Cascadia. Yeah.
Still have not played it.
Somehow
I still avoided this game.
I mean, your opinions on recent games like this makes me think you wouldn't like it that much, but
well, it's a very abstract game, right?
Yeah. But it's one of my all-time favorites. It's great to see it up here, especially it's been out for a long time. Nothing new has come out for it in like 2 years, so it's just people liking games.
People liking games, bro.
Yeah. Flip 7 at number 15.
I have not played this. I've seen the recent advertisements everywhere for it.
Yeah. Same. Yeah, I haven't played it either. I haven't seen it either. So maybe is it on Board Game Arena?
I don't know, but I know that it recently got a lot of super production out there, and it's got nominations from Golden Geek and such.
Yeah, it is on Board Game Arena. So
okay,
throw that out there too. It's in beta, so that helps.
Yeah, I'll check it out. It's a press your luck game.
Yeah, I think that's what the box says. I haven't played it either. So
all right, gotta play it.
Yeah.
I like press your luck games.
All right. Next up, we have some crowdfunded games. So they're going to hit this list because everybody gets them all at the same time.
Yes.
Number 14, Crater Kitchen. You just talked about this last week.
Yep. It's a good, light game that can, depending on what level you backed it, be super overproduced. But yeah, you can check out that recent episode where I talk more about it.
Number 13, you talked about 2 weeks ago, Galactic Cruise.
I'm on a roll, bro.
Yeah, you're hitting them all.
Woot! Worker placement game, and it's constantly compared to being like the next Vital Lacerda game. It's not a Vital Lacerda game, and when you play it, you definitely know it's not a Vital Lacerda game. It's not a bad game, but again, listen to my review for that.
Damning with faint praise. Gotta love it.
Look, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, physically, it kind of resembles because it's Ian O'Toole artwork.
No, they definitely went for that. That's what they were
Yeah,
going for. So
yeah,
that's on them if they're getting those comparisons and it doesn't
dude.
work.
Vital Serto, he'll cut a punk. I'm just telling you, he'd come for you. So
Yeah.
be careful about that. I've met the man. He's not someone to mess with.
No. Lovely man. Lovely man.
He is a lovely man, but he will cut a fool. I'm telling you.
He's gonna email us and be like, "What are you talking about?" Be looking scared of me now.
Yeah, those
all
who are left.
right. All right, number 12, The Elder Scrolls: Betrayal of the Second Era. At first, I was like, "Who's buying this thing? It's so expensive." Then I was like, "Oh, right, crowdfunding."
Yeah, crowdfunding, man.
Yeah, it shipped in. So again, big beast of a game. I may or may not be playing this in the next couple of weeks. So if I do, I'll let you all know. But
If he survives the game,
yeah,
let's be honest about that.
I like the theme. I did not like Too Many Bones that much, but I know they've refined that system over the years quite a bit. So maybe a second time around it'll be good.
It's interesting because I've always felt like their Too Many Bones IP, universe, world, realm is so well developed. As much as this is like the infinite moneymaker, don't get me wrong. I'm not discounting Elder Scrolls,
Right.
but like you are certainly now going to that IP is dead. This is a like what are you doing? Like
Yeah.
yeah.
That's like when Star Wars Legion came out and Fantasy Flight was still making Rune Wars. I'm like, okay, that game's dead.
The Terranova Terranoth universe that went bye-bye.
Yeah.
So like now that you can have Elder Scrolls with your chip theory games, I don't know why you go back.
Right, totally.
And I own a lot of that, so I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying like you have broken the sacred bond, and I think it's gonna be a problem. Just saying. Just saying, folks.
Yeah, for sure.
You're eating your own, you're eating your own tail.
All right, number 11, a couple all-time classics here.
What?
11 is Catan.
What is this Catan you speak of?
The Catan?
I have never heard of this Catan.
So
is it about cats? Cats? Catan?
So it might be. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played it in a while.
Why is there not a cat version of Catan?
Maybe it's coming.
It makes itself, man.
Yeah, cat dash and.
Yeah. It's not hard, people.
We've done it. We've got Catan all over the place.
Done, bro. Money.
Man.
Ching.
So this one and number 10, which is Carcassonne, aggregate all the versions of those. So and it's kind of cool because she breaks it down by like the different like the numbers for each of the versions.
Oh, very nice.
So like for Carcassonne, like the big box 7, 138, big box 6, 106, 20th anniversary edition, 88. And all these different versions plus the base version add up to 1380, which gets it to number 10.
Very nice. Thank you for your hard work. I appreciate that.
So much work.
Yeah. And it gives you a sense of how it's ranked up or such.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Carcassonne, yeah, again, all-time classic gateway game. Makes sense to be here.
It's the modern day meeple, man. It's where meeples came from.
Yeah. All right, number 9, Azul Duel.
Mm-hmm.
A little surprised this is up here. I guess it's Azul. It's new, and it's on Board Game Arena. But it's like the worst version of
I wouldn't say. Well, that's a good question.
I think it's the worst version of Azul.
I'm not disagreeing with you,
and that doesn't mean it's terrible. It's just Azul's an 8. This is like a 6.5 for me.
Okay. Well, I mean, Azul has a lot of good additions. I think that's probably the fair way to say it. Like,
sure.
And I think like just your early review of Beyond the Horizon, they went for something here, and like I get what they did, but I feel like they didn't have to do it.
Right.
But it is a thing. I don't feel like it's not a thing. I think you'll play this and you'll be like, oh, it's fully realized. It's got some interesting mechanics with that kind of modular system that you kind of build from the ground up. I just don't know if they needed to do that.
I don't even mind the mechanics. I think it's all great. I just think the game ends up being slightly longer than base Azul.
It's 100. Yeah, and for a 2-player game, I think we're geared for shorter, direct kind of.
Right. Yeah. So I'm
gameplay.
thinking like, oh, a 2-player only, a dual game. It'd be great for my daughter, and we play Azul all the time. And it's like, no, actually, this is a little more than we want.
Yeah.
Want a 30-40 minute experience. This probably would be eventually, but it's just like there's just more going on.
Yeah.
All right, number 8, Wingspan. Heard of it?
Heard of it? I
Heard
think
of it? Wingspan?
it's the it. You're talking about Wormspan, right?
Wingspan.
Oh,
This is
Wingspan.
birds, man. We did
Oh,
Wormspan.
that's a novel idea.
Yeah, all the spans are on here, I think. So,
Everything's flying, folks.
yeah, this is why Stonemaire's going to be all right with everything going on. They're selling
Yeah.
a lot of birds and fish and dragons. So, yeah, Wingspan at number 8. Number 7, Azul.
Yeah,
So,
take that, Azul Duel.
yeah, the real one's here.
Whoa.
This is the number 6 all-time most owned game, by the way. She has that linked in here as well. So
Very nice.
I find that very interesting. Like, that many people own Azul, which makes sense. I have it. I don't even play the base version, but I still have it.
I have it, and I played the base version with my family recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They liked it, too. I was surprised. I
It's
wasn't
good.
surprised. That was the game I purposely chose, but I was happy that they liked
That would be funny if you were surprised. You're like, I think you guys are going to like this. Whoa, you liked it.
it. Well, you never know with family.
Yeah, you really don't.
You really don't.
All right, number 6, another double up here. The Lord of the Rings, Duel for Middle-earth. We just talked about Seven Wonders Duel. Why are people buying that? Well, guess what? More people are buying this anyways.
Well, there you go. We said it early in the episode, and the market corrected itself. We did it, folks. We did it.
As markets always do. The infallible market. It figured itself out.
There you go.
Number 5, a little surprising, just because it's newish and a lot of other games doing similar things, but Harmonies.
Sure. Okay. It's adorable.
I love Harmonies. I think it's really good, but I know as an abstract game, it definitely does some interesting things because it has that 3D element to it.
Sure.
And it is very abstract.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's very beautiful. It's I do like the 3D building element to it. I'm a little challenged with the scoring. I don't think the scoring is intuitive.
It's not until you've played it like a dozen or more times.
Yeah, I mean, I played it at least a half a dozen times. I feel like since the game is all about those 3D buildings, I feel like that should be the scoring. Like should be where the scoring lives.
Right.
And there's a lot of other additional things that score, and it's just like, okay, I guess.
It's the cards. Yeah, the cards matter. Like,
And
where
then how
are you putting your stuff down?
Yeah, and like, I need to build green, but everything out there is red and yellow and blue. And you're like, well, this is going to be a long game.
Yeah. Well, you got to dump the cards. It's fun. It's very tactical. Very tactical game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 4, the third span.
The third span.
Fin span.
A third span of a third kind?
Yep, now we got fish. Flying fish have joined the chat.
And it's the highest of the 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's the newest, right?
So
people are still getting their copies in. I haven't played this one yet. You haven't either, right?
I haven't played this yet.
Okay, yeah, me too. But it's tough, like after Wingspan, and kind of fell off of it after some time, and then Wormspan, and I have it, and I'm like, this is good, and I'm happy with this. I'm like, I don't really care about fish.
Aw, I'm a Pisces. I love fish.
I care about them as the fact that they live and exist, but I'm not like interested in them, you know.
Are you more interested in them than birds?
That's
a good question, right?
I don't know. Certain fish, yes.
Okay.
I'm more interested in salmon than I am like a chicken.
There you go, buddy.
But I'm more interested in an eagle than I am like a trout.
But the fish here, they also have those really crazy deep sea fish that are like alien, otherworldly, like the abyss.
I do like that. That's cool.
Where they like glow in the dark and stuff.
Yeah.
They
should have just made up some fish. They're like, yeah, they're down there. You'll never know. They're down there.
Well, they recently they had this video of the first live video of the giant squid.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So that was pretty cool. So maybe, expansion.
As recently as when we were kids, they didn't think it existed.
I know, isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, and they started washing up on shores, and now they're seeing them, and like, I wonder why. What's driving it north? I don't know. What could be happening in the world?
Everything's fine, Anthony.
Number 3, Sky Team. Oh man, land some airplanes.
Yeah. I have you played this?
I have, yes, once. I played it once at a friend's house. Like, we were waiting for some other people to come over, and he's like, "Oh, we play Sky Team real quick." I'm like, "Oh, I've never played this." I don't think I quite grasp it enough. That's why I never talked about it on the show. But it is very cool.
Yes.
And it's somehow not as stressful as you think it will be.
Okay.
Like a 2-player real-time cooperative game about landing an airplane, you'd think that would be really stressful, but it flows really nicely.
Non-verbal, right?
Yeah, nonverbal.
Weird.
Yeah, there's ways to communicate though.
Yes, verbally. There's ways.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like Magic Maze where you're like slamming a thing on the table to get
Oh my!
people's attention.
I have some really bad flashbacks of that game.
I make my students play that because I have like a nonverbal communication module for
Nice.
games that we do.
Yeah,
And so that's one of them that they play. And every time, like the first like 20 minutes, they're like, what is this? I hate it. And by the end, they're slamming that thing. They're gesturing
that's
all over the
funny.
place. They're getting up and waving their hands and like, this is amazing. This is the funnest game I've ever played. I'm like, yeah, I think that's what it takes. You got to play it like 5 or 6 times and then start yelling at each other.
I think you have to be more 5 or 6 years old to play that game.
Oh, no.
Or at least a 5 or 6-year-old mentality.
Yeah, you got to be willing to like let loose and have fun with it. All right, last 2 here. Ironically, these are 2 games we played at Level Up back in January. Mm-hmm. Number 2, the Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game.
I want to say it's kind of amazing that this game is this high.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
It is.
Am I right?
It is and it isn't, because one, it's relatively inexpensive. It's like $25.
And
there's a lot of content in that box for $25.
Yeah, not saying there's not.
It's pretty, and you can play it with a wide range of, like, you can play it by yourself up to like 4 people, and it's Lord of the Rings, so there's all of that. But at the same time, it's a cooperative trick-taking game.
This is what I'm
about
saying.
Lord of the Rings. Like, it's so specific.
That's what I'm saying here.
So, I don't know. I have it.
Yeah, no, I'm not downing it whatsoever. I think it's an absolute buy, and so does obviously a lot of people too.
Yeah.
It's just a little, like you said, it's very specific.
Right.
And I'm surprised, and happily surprised, that it's this high on the list.
Yeah. Well, it makes me really happy that people are buying it, because it means we will get the Two Towers trick-taking game,
nice.
And hopefully the Return of the King. They haven't announced that. It's just me putting it out into the universe, but I want them. So
this is co-op, obviously.
Yeah.
Does this play solo?
Yep.
Okay. So is there solo rules, or you just play 2 hands?
Yeah. No, it's solo rules.
Okay.
It has a way to like time it and thin the deck for you.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
So because it's a trick-taking game, and because there's a deck involved, sometimes you just get a bad draw and you have to restart. But the games are so quick. Like, one round of this, especially playing it by yourself, takes like 3 minutes.
Have you finished it?
No, actually. I started over playing it solo, and I got more or less to the same point you and I got to.
Okay.
Which was, I think we were at 12 or 13.
We did really well.
Yeah, we only lost 1. We played like 15 times. We only lost once or twice.
We did great. No cheating either. We did great.
No.
Yeah.
I love how you have to say that. We didn't cheat.
You have to say that, because it's like when you play co-op games, it's like, when obviously you're not doing verbal communication here either.
Right.
It's like Hanabi, like, oh, we got 25 points every time. Like, no, you didn't.
Sure you did. Yeah. Hanabi's another game I bring to my class, and I'll like cycle over there and I'll be like, why are you telling him what you have? I'm like, I'm not telling him. I'm like, you're pointing at it and saying blue. Like,
yeah. Hanabi's a game they should play on Squid Games, because I think there would be a lot of eliminations.
Oh my god.
Because people would constantly be breaking the rules. So I'm pitching my American version of Squid Games, and it's mostly Hanabi.
Yeah.
First round.
The publisher's like, is this good exposure or bad?
Oh, we should mention that there was a news article that came out that they are developing a game show based on, I guess now it's called Quacks. It used to be cool. Remember I shared that with you.
Was it Quacks, or was it like a different game that he made?
I think it was Quacks.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, because it's a, Quacks is a press your luck kind of game, so it's like pulling out of a bag. So Elizabeth Hargrave was the one who shared it, I believe, the announcement about that. So that's
cool.
Yeah,
I watched that.
Hey, it turns out that there's a lot of games that could be game shows. Big leap there, folks. Big leap.
Who knew it? Yeah, I've been trying to get my kids to play that game, actually, because I'm like, you guys are liking it. It's this and this, and they're like, it's too complicated. The name is long. It sounds weird. I don't know. And I'm like,
the name is long and weird. I remember we used to have to translate it when it first came out, because I played a prototype way back in the day.
Yeah,
remember I told you about that?
Yeah, but the funny thing is they didn't actually change it much when they translated it to English. They're like, Die Quacks von Quedlinburg. The Quacks of Quedlinburg. I'm like, okay, guys.
Yeah.
It still doesn't mean anything.
And now they just canned it and just called it Quacks.
Smart.
Which I think is smart, but also, again, I don't like the cover.
No, well, yeah, that's a separate thing. The cover's terrible.
Yeah.
One of the worst board game covers I've seen in a while.
Weirdly worse. I don't like it. It feels like they
It's
implanted
so
some sort of
bad.
weird visual code in there that makes people not like it.
It's so bad. Yeah, it's you know what it is? It's like it's Uncanny Valley, I
That's
think.
what it is.
It's that claymation puppet 3D thing. It looks AI-ish, I think.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
It's weird that it is such a weirdly repulsive cover.
Yeah.
Because it elementally it doesn't there's nothing objectionable about it,
yeah.
and yet it feels objectionable. I don't know why.
It's every design department out there, find somebody who is really sensitive to Uncanny Valley and make sure they look at all your artwork. Because
Yes.
some people aren't. They're just like, I don't see it. And I'm like, it makes me want to throw up.
That's right.
All right. Number one, which surprising to me because this game is so big. Like it's a heavy game. SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. And it's not a Kickstarter. This is people going out and buying the game.
And it's a very niche theme.
Yeah, so niche. So it's from a niche small publisher. It's a big box game. It's a heavy-ish weight, like high threes.
Yes.
Right around 4.
Yes.
It's about, exploring the cosmos for alien life. Like there's so many things about this and I'm like, it's perfect for me. And I could see like it's very niche fun for like the heavy gamers out there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, really the most acquired game?
It's weirdly abstract looking, and there's that extra hurdle of putting I don't know, what are we calling them, aliens? Are they aliens?
Yeah.
Signs of life?
It is signs of life. I think most of them I don't think any of them you're actually interacting with aliens. You're just like finding the remnants of their civilization.
Yeah, it's like it's extra levels of like crunch to it.
Yeah.
And again, somewhat easily overlooked. You've been championing this game for a long time.
Oh yeah, since the second I played it, I loved it.
And it was not marketed well, or generally well, from our perspective, our experience of it, at least.
Yeah, but I guess the word of mouth took over and did the work.
Your word of mouth, man.
I did it all.
The credit. You did it.
Yeah, give me money.
No, you were seriously the first person out there about this, like clamoring about this being like would be your number one if it came out earlier.
Yeah, I think it would have been my number one last year for sure.
Yep.
The next game, by the way, from this designer, which is coming from Delicious Games, which is cool.
Good
Sushi's
company.
Yeah. Yeah. Thomas Holick's next game is about managing an aquarium.
Okay.
So it's like you have to buy fish and feed them and keep it clean.
I did see that. Yes, yes.
At first, I'm like, what's the twist? What's the thing? Like, nope. Because it's like this 1950s Norman Rockwell style cover of people like feeding fish. I was like, I love it. It's so stupid.
He's taking it down a notch.
Yeah. And then his other game coming out in like 2026 is like action horror board game about these agents fighting these threats in an asylum. I'm like, dude, this guy's all over the place.
Well, I'm still waiting to play Galileo Galilei. So
yeah, me too.
If that could come across my table, I would really appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't know where that ended up. I never saw that. I guess it's out there. You could find it and buy it now, but
can you? Was this not like hidden by tariffs or something?
No, because it was like a January release here.
I haven't seen it at any friendly local game store. I haven't seen it at any meetup. I don't know.
No. Yeah, I guess no. It's a lot of these places are listing it for a July release.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, tariffs all day.
Okay. Push back, folks. Push back.
I got delayed too long.
Oh, no.
I wanted to play this game.
Yeah. Oh, no. Well, I mean, it could, he could be the next big designer.
It seems like it. Yeah, I mean, SETI alone is going to carry him a lot. So.
I mean, he doesn't want to go as big as Vital Lacerda because that guy will cut a pumpkin.
This is our new bit. Vital Lacerda will cut someone.
Remember we first time we met him and he was it Lisboa he was teaching us? And initially we were 4 players and the other 2 players he scared the hell out of them and they ran off because, he got too close and he was like, well, and they were like, we are out of here. That happened, right? Remember they left? Those people left?
Everything you just said is true. Yes.
It is true.
They did leave.
He showed up.
He was there.
He showed up and then they immediately left.
To be fair, I don't know if they knew who he was.
the man's got aura.
I mean, he does.
He is Soul Leveling level aura, man. He showed up, and they're like, "Whoa," like, "Boom," it's like that kind of thing.
The game starts glowing in the presence of its creator.
It does. I mean, especially when it has the Ion O'Toole artwork. He's another one who, if you saw him at a convention, he would just be like rewriting reality as he walked by. It would be very pretty rewriting of reality.
Yeah.
So it's all good stuff.
Yeah. We got the lowdown for y'all. You know who to watch out for.
Yeah.
Stefan
he's a good
11
guy.
Feet tall.
He's a good guy unless you mess with him. Do not mess with the man. All right. Do not compare yourself to him because he will cut a fool. So, but otherwise, don't worry about it, man, because he's one of us. We're down with that.
Yeah. We're all good.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Until next time, this is Chris.
Hey, and this is Anthony.
And we'll save you all, especially if you tell Acerta, a seat at the table. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Hey there, Hugh from Moderation here. If you like today's show, then why not have a listen to Why We Roll, the dedicated TTRPG design podcast. It's hosted by Wythe and Chris, two professional TTRPG designers, and it's all about talking to the people that make our favourite games in the tabletop world and understanding what goes into that decision-making process. How you build something that's not just fun to play, but fun to experience. And we're not talking about how we roll, but learning why exactly we make those decisions. Check it out on our website at podderation.com.